So today we're going to be doing an unboxing of Settlers of Catan. Now this is going to be the base game. Now, of course, this is a fairly popular game, but I still want to kind of do a nice breakdown and kind of talk about the overall, production of the actual product here. First, we're going to talk, of course, about the outside of the box. Now, for me personally, this is a good quality box when it comes to just the outside setup. As far as the actual placement of this, it doesn't do very well when it comes to being vertical, just because a lot of the pieces start falling out. I can kind of hear it when I'm like moving it this way. So having it horizontal might be a bit more ideal for most people. Now the backside, of course, has some great information just as far as what actually is contained inside the box. So in case you want to just double check to make sure you have everything inside, that is a great way to kind of do so. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what is inside. I'm gonna go ahead and let it just kind of slowly go down. There we go. So I'm gonna move that back here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now this is my own copy of Catan, so we're gonna kind of get started here. We got kind of this little brochure over here, kind of looking like this. Gives you some information as far as other expansions, because there are quite a few of them here for us. But overall, this is going to be a nice example of what is possible for you as far as purchasing more. Not that, websites don't already give you that. Then we got the game rules and the almanac, which is pretty cool. Also really big, actual rule book and, easy to read print. So for a lot of people, that might be very useful. And then we're going to go into the actual game pieces here. Of course, afterwards, I'll show you guys kind of the inside and how everything is set up. As I mentioned, it doesn't do very well vertically, and it kind of shows here based off of how all of my pieces are put together here. So first, we're going to start with the edges of the game. So this right over here, for me personally, is pretty cool. It kind of gives you the numbers on here on the bottom to kind of tell you how this is going to set up. So of course it is like a hexagon there for us. Very nice setup. The wood is good, and honestly, for the amount of times that I've personally played this has lasted really well. So that's always a really nice thing to see when it comes to quality of the game pieces. And then we have the actual hexagons themselves. So one side is kind of like a like a blue side, and then the rest are going to be all the resources for the game. Very similar, obviously, in the style of how the actual pieces are on the edges there. So overall, really good. Comes with, of course, a bunch of those. Ooh, looks really good. So we got all of those. So that is a really nice thing to have, because it's needed in the game. I don't know why I said it that way. So next up, we have in this little baggie here, all the small little pieces. I don't ever personally use them, but this, of course, they come with this. So what this is right here are little extra, I don't know how many times I'm gonna drop stuff. I'm just gonna go with a new one. So these right over here are like the trade ports that you can switch out if needed, or put them on other areas. I don't know if I'm like showing you, but I'm not actually having it on camera. So we got it right there. Personally, I don't ever use them. They just kind of sit in the bag inside the box, but I guess it's nice to have them there. And then on top of the actual hexagons for the resources, you got these little chips. On one side they have letters, and on the other side they have those numbers. And of course, those numbers are going to be dictating on the rolls of the die that are in play, which, speaking of, I have the dice right over here. So you get two die, one is red and one is yellow, and that of course is on purpose. I do like how the one yellow die has red on the inside, and then the red die has the yellow on the inside. Mine did come with a little bit of a scuff on the yellow, and it's always kind of bothered me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in, but that 5 has like a little kind of missing of the red on the die there. So still good quality though overall. I do like them. So those are there. Then we got what they call the little robber here, and this is made out of wood. Decent quality, nothing too spectacular, just a little piece here in the game. And then kind of going past that with all the actual pieces for the players, we have a couple different player cards, or player sets here. We have 4, because this is the base game, so you could do 2 to 4 players, and they do have expansions that have additional colors. So this is going to be for the blue. I'm just going to show you one of these, and then obviously the rest are going to be the same as far as colors. So we have 3 different pieces for each player. We have the settlement right over here, so super tiny. Maybe I'll do some like B-roll shots, because that thing is super tiny. So we got that. Then we got the city right over here. As far as the wood, as far as the piece, it's made out of wood, and the actual paint is pretty good. I haven't seen any have any chips or anything so far, so that's good for the amount of time again that I've had this. And then we have roads right over here, which is kind of just like a 2x4 almost looking kind of thing. Not an actual 2x4 because it's maybe 2 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Tiny. So we got those. So that's a nice color blue here. Then we have the same thing but with orange pieces here. Then we have white pieces here, and then we have the red. So we have 4 different player colors. It's always interesting to see the color choices that a lot of these board games go with, just based